Hi, I'm Randy Donnelly.
And I'm Susan.
And we're here today at Donnelly Auctions and just excited as can be.
I'm excited, yes. We have some great auctions coming up. But I'm more excited about this craps table that has come in for auction. You want to talk about that yet, or you want to wait?
One thing I want to let everybody know is we're going to be talking today about the auction that we have coming this weekend, which is Guns and Military.
We'll give them a little agenda.
Right. Okay. Guns and Military. And then we're going to be talking about the Phonograph show, which is not even a week later, which is next Thursday.
On Thursday, June 26th, the auction starts at 10 a.m., but the doors open at 8 a.m. And we'll have preview also on Wednesday.
Right. So we're talking this auction, the Phonograph auction, and what's coming up in August is
the Summer Classic.
Yeah. Now we skipped a month there, though. We skipped July.
That's I didn't want to correct you, but because I wasn't sure.
You didn't. Which is cars and parts, cars, motorcycles, parts, you name it. That's July 19th.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Mike from Donnelly Auctions here with Bob Hanselman, our resident Model A expert. He's going to tell us a little bit about this fantastic Model A that's coming up in the Jim Dvorak collection.
Yes, this car is a 1929 Murray Deluxe Fordor Sedan. This is appearing to be a very, very original car. It has all the original interior in it, has the window shades, the assist straps, the wheels have the original hubcaps on them, the valve covers, the metal valve covers, something that people look for. I believe this car to be the original paint. The colors at the time were Vagabond Green and Rock Moss Green. It's a phenomenal car, and I think that this car should bring a lot of bidders.
This is 36,000 miles on
36,000 appears to be 36,000 original miles on the car.
You know, I've seen a lot of Model A's over the years, and you have too, Bob, but me personally, I've never seen one in this beautiful condition. I mean, when it first came in, I thought, well, it's been repainted and restored. And then Bob said, no, this thing's original. This blows me away to see the condition of this.
Then we get to August, which is what we're standing here today. And I know this is your favorite game.
Well, the blackjack table was pretty cool. This is my favorite game in Vegas, I have to say, craps.
It is, but I got to know, why is it called craps?
Why is it called
craps? I've never understood that.
All right. Well, I
mean, do you know why it's called craps?
I did a little research. Karen hands me this long sheet of paper with an explanation on it. We could use that. Yeah. You have to use that when I've talked too long.
Yeah, hook her right off.
Right off. So I changed it up and said, just tell me how they came up with the name craps in elementary terms. And what they said basically is that back in the early days when they played craps in the streets, they used to squat and they used to look like frogs or toads. So the French word for toad was crapaude. Crapaude? You know your French? Anybody know their French? I think it's crapaude. Yes, crapaude means toad, which is what they called them when they squatted in the streets to play craps.
Is that where
That's the story I'm sticking to.
Is that where that word came from? I didn't.
Crap, yeah.
Squatting?
Squatting in the street like a toad.
Okay, back to this. Enough of that.
Me, please correct me.
Well, please, yeah. Look her up, correct her, see if she's right. But here we have, this is August. August is antique gaming, slot machines, jukeboxes, pinball machines, more of the same. We've got some great cars, motorcycles, and everything for August too, which is, what is the green one?
The Charger.
69 Charger.
69 Charger in signal green.
Yeah.
It's a beauty.
Only 40-some thousand miles on it, two owners. Actually, a mother and son. Those are the two owners. I consider that one family car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming up along with all kinds of other goodies. So
all right, let's take a walk.
Let's do that. Okay. Oh, let's go right over by John. He's setting up.
I didn't get to say my favorite thing about the craps table.
Please do.
We'll put this back in here. Okay.
Rewind.
Okay, give me my dice. Rewind.
Uh-huh. There's your dice.
Here's my dice. So one thing I wanted to mention about the crap table too, I always like to talk about fun and interesting facts about things. And what I learned today is the longest roll ever, somebody standing here rolling, was a woman from New Jersey. She was a grandma. She rolled the dice for 4 hours and 18 minutes straight without ever rolling a 7. There you have it.
Is that a good thing?
Yes. That means everybody was winning.
Oh,
Everybody was winning.
what do I know? I would have thought 7 would be good. That's not good in craps.
Not in craps. No.
There's that. Okay.
She
moving
would
on.
have won if she would have rolled a 7. Everybody else was.
Moving on, we're going
Winning.
over. We're setting up today, and we're setting up guns and military and everything. So let's go find out what John's up to.
I wish you guys could have seen this room the other day. It was full of merchandise. Today,
Yeah.
it's ready for bidders.
What do we have here? I mean, we've got daggers, we've got swords, we've got uniforms, we've got insignia, medals, flags. We've got World War I, World War II. Is there any Civil War in this? collection?
There's
No.
remnants. There are some Civil War, smaller insignia.
If you were going to go to one item that you thought was kind of a highlight item, what would that
What's your
be?
favorite?
This is a flag that came from Fort Sheridan. So it flew at a military base, but my baseball mind, I'm a big Cub fan, thinks of the fact that during the 06, 07, 08 World Series, a flag of this number of stars would have been flying. So if you're a military fan and
I got
you're
it.
interested in
That's a good
military
story.
history, it's one thing, but it also kind of applies to just Americana.
Got it. Good.
Anything great in German helmets at all?
Germ, they're over here.
Not much in German helmets this auction. Here's one thing I like to point out, and I'm always trying to remind everybody what treasures they could have in their attics, their basements, or just in storage in general. A lot of these war souvenirs, all came home from family members and everything. And people sell this stuff off at garage sales. Don't do it. Give us a call, because you just don't know what the value could be. Grab a German helmet there for me once.
Okay.
And I just want to point something out. Anyone, doesn't matter
Okay.
which one.
Pick a card, any card.
Okay, so here, standard German pot helmet. Okay, no big deal. No liner, no nothing. This helmet's probably $50 to $100. But you can have a helmet looks almost identical to this, and it goes into the thousands of dollars. We have sold German helmets over $10,000 already, paratrooper helmets and so on and so forth. Here's one with an SS decal on it, which an original SS helmet probably starts at $2,000 and goes up to 8 to 10 for the right helmet. So again, please at least give us a call. Even we'll help you out. Even if you're not selling through us,
Good idea.
we'll still give you information, because that's what we do. We're very helpful.
I remember the first time I had a helmet, you helped me buy one at a consignment shop,
Yeah. that's
and
right.
I sold it, and I took the girls to Disney for the first time.
Susan bought an American helmet.
It was American
Uh,
helmet.
an
yeah.
American helmet for a few $100s. And it was, I think, a Fifth Army helmet, but it was painted. It had provenance.
Yes.
And we sold it for over $3,500. And again, she took her kids.
That was their Disney trip. Yeah.
that was a fun time.
I will say there was a sword that came in from a gentleman's daughter. He had passed. This sword was a souvenir that he brought back from his service after the war in Japan, and it's a beautiful blade. It's got a really nice temper line, and when these things come directly from the family,
From a veteran, yeah.
from a veteran's family, then that's one less thing you have to worry about. So
The price just goes up.
well, the price goes up because, you have that story. You have
Provenance. Yeah.
provenance, the capital P. It's really important.
But a sword like this, again, we routinely hear of people selling off swords because they found it under the bed, in Dad's house and everything. Swords like this get sold off at garage sales for $200, $300, $400, even $500. Wow, I got a lot of money. And then they get resold at a place like ours for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Please don't let that happen to you, because all you have to do is give us a call.
For the things that merit, research. We do the research. We dig that story up, and that's what brings the dollars.
You got it.
So
Good. Thanks for your
So-
hard work, John. Randy Donnelly, what do you got here? This looks like something that could be your favorite item in the auction.
It is. It is. And that's
'Cause I know
that's
how
why I
you
want to
are.
talk about this.
Okay, tell us
You
about
ask
it.
me all the time, what's my favorite item in the auction?
This is a
This
box.
this wooden box is part of my favorite item.
Okay, it must
And
be a
that
good
is
story behind it.
How many times, guys only collect war souvenirs that are actually coming from the vets families, and they're referred to as bringbacks.
Yep.
World War II bringbacks.
Looks like
Well,
one.
This is the way a lot of war souvenirs got shipped home. Okay. It actually is from PFC Durston to David Durston, which is probably his father. He would have sent this
You
this
put
wooden
this in the
crate.
mail, just like this?
Just like this. It was shipped
That
to
must be
Chicago,
stamped on it.
Illinois. Okay, here it
Okay,
is.
so let's
So
see it.
this is where a war souvenir has lived for years and years and years until it's brought to Donnelly auctions.
Mhm.
But this is probably the most classic thing I've ever seen. What came in this box but this World War II
Sword.
German sword.
Okay.
right? Only problem is
What?
it doesn't fit, does it?
fit. No.
We need a bigger box.
Don't tell me.
or
Oh no. Oh, be
we just
creative.
cut it here and here
Get out.
and send it in pieces and worry about getting home
Oh
and
my
putting it
gosh.
back together. Now, of course, this hurts the value of this sword terribly, but does it? Because
It's a great
this is
story.
one of the greatest greatest stories
Bringbacks.
of a bringback.
Whatever you got to do to get it back, right?
So
That's
was
awesome.
this was the size box he had, and
Mhm.
or maybe they were limited. I don't know at this point in time whether they were limited where the commanding officer said you can only send boxes this big home or what have you. But nonetheless, this vet sent home a sword that meant something to him, and he cut it into pieces and put it back together after the war. But this
Okay.
is the original box
That's great.
this sword came home in, and this is one of the greatest vet bringbacks I've ever seen.
That's-
Isn't that funny though?
That is amazing.
you
then
imagine?
somebody had to solder it back together.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah,
even
look
looks
at-
pretty archaic.
they
Jeez.
they cut it and put it back
And
together.
it's coming up this weekend on Sunday, lot number 2024. Sunday. Don't miss the military auction.
German sword in the bringback box.
I love it. That's a good one.
That it is.
So what you doing, Neil?
I'm moving guns. Put them all out on display. Got an early start today. We have a lot of guns.
Over 600, right?
Yeah, about 630, 640, something
Wow.
like that. So it's going to take a little while to get all the long guns. It's mostly long guns this time. And I'll put out the handguns tomorrow morning. This is actually kind of neat little gun. It shoots pistol calibers. It takes pistol magazines. And the coolest part, folds in half so it fits in your backpack.
At the preview, they get to come in here and look at them and touch them. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is just a really great opportunity to get what you want for cheaper because they're used. I'm a big proponent of buying used guns. I've gotten most of my guns used. And you really can't, there's no difference in how they work. It takes a lot of abuse to make a gun not work. These are variants of the infamous AK-47 Russian assault rifles, so Russian versions of our ARs. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough tables.
yeah, I was wondering that because you've got a lot more in the room.
Yeah. You know, some of them are just, I look at guns that like works of art, they're gorgeous and how they work and all. It's just fantastic. The next batch of guns I'm taking out, gorgeous, gorgeous shotguns, gold inlaid, fine inscriptions. They're gorgeous.
This is for your Go-Gurts.
Yes. Put Go-Gurts in there. You're good on the battlefield.
The wood on this one is just gorgeous.
I've always said they're little works of art.
Yeah.
That is a shotgun, semi-auto shotgun. Bullpup design, magazine fed. It holds 5 or 6, I think. And it feeds here. The whole action is rocked back into the stock, and the trigger is forwarded. So it just makes it a shorter package. You need an 18.5 or 18-inch barrel to make a shotgun legal. This 18-inch barrel comes all the way back to here, so makes it legal, but a shorter package. It's a red dot. You turn it on, there's a little laser that focuses up on a lens, so it gives you a red dot. Wherever the red dot is, you squeeze the trigger, that's where it hits.
Those are tiny little cartridges.
That's a 22. All these are 22s up until we hit the black guns.
How many does one of those hold?
That one holds 10. I love 22s. I collect 22s, so I've got some from the turn of the century. I've got some back in the 1800s and stuff. But it's a neat little gun that everybody can shoot. There's no recoil. Accurate, usually. And back to the cave.
So this is just an outstanding auction in
This is
that
crazy.
there's something for everyone in the auction. This is not an auction where you just have to be a high grade collector. And I mean, we have amateur, low end. I'm going to refer to firearms. You can buy things as inexpensive as $50, and you could spend $10,000 at this auction, and everything in between. We've got rifles, shotguns, pistols. We have hunting guns, military guns, antique guns of all kinds and
Everything,
all
yeah.
descriptions. And when you're going to sell a gun collection, we're the people that can have this happen for you. We can make sure that your collection gets marketed properly, that we go online. Everybody throughout the United States is going to see it that is a gun collector, and we work at getting you the top dollar. But most importantly, we are complying with every state and federal law so that when you give us your guns and we give you a copy of our FFL along with a receipt, you have complied with everything you need to, because we'll take over for you and make sure everything gets registered and sold legally and properly.
That's right. We have over 600 guns coming up this Saturday. Again, doors open at 8 a.m. and the auction starts at 10 a.m. But again, for all your gun questions, ask our expert, Neil. He'll be here Saturday and Sunday.
You got it. As we will too. Susan, Randy,
You're going to be
Mike?
here? I'll be here.
or B Square.
Got it.
Tucker, the auction dog, will be here. Yes.
You
Mhm.
can come to check for wristbands on Saturday. That's your job. Okay?
You got it. Okay. In an attempt to always improve our podcast, we'd like to hear from you. Please call us, email us, write us, however you want to communicate with us. But contact us and let us know what you would like to see in the show, what would make it interesting to you. If you want us to start talking more about individual antiques, more stories about where we're picking things up, how we're getting things. I mean, whatever it is that you think would be of interest to you about the auction business or industry, please let us know so that we can always improve our show.
All right. Time to go to work, dude.
Okay, and here we are in where we're starting to set up the phonograph auction, which
Yes.
is not until next week. So we've got guns and military coming up this weekend, and then phonographs. And oh
Thursday.
my gosh, phonographs.
Again, like you said about
Crazy.
the guns, there's something here for everybody at all levels of collecting
course.
and
Yeah.
value.
You know, we're going to have parts available if you're restoring them. We've got literature, all kinds of good things. You know, we've got flowered painted horns. We've got just
Isn't that pretty? This green
black
one?
horns.
Love that.
We've got wood horns. You name it, anything and everything you want in phonographs, whether you're a high-end collector or whether you're a novice, and we'll help you become a collector if you like. We can show you the different steps of collecting phonographs, because that's what we started with over 50 years ago. We opened up the Wild West town. You get tired of hearing the story, I know. 1973 or 74, that 1 year is when we opened, and we started the first phonograph show in 74.
That's right. I do have a question for you.
Sure.
What machine do you recommend for a first-time collector?
Well, for a first-time collector, I would collect something simple, like a Victor tabletop machine. Very simple. It's a workhorse. It'll never break down in your lifetime.
Wow.
And they have a good sound. You can play any 78 on it, steel needles. But I want to point out, Susan, this is very important. I was just mentioning that we started out with the phonograph show in 74. We have Regina music boxes in every size, shape, and description, from the largest 27.5 inch to the smallest 8 and 9 inch music boxes. Every price range, every style, every model we have available for you. The phonograph show is still going on. It's this coming following weekend. Our auction is on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the phonograph show. It's at the Hyatt Hotel in Schaumburg.
Right.
This is still going on, and it is something not to be missed. You come to our auction, then go to the show. The show is phenomenal. Over 200 dealers. Many of these dealers started with us back in the 1970s. They're still selling
going
phonographs.
to the show every year.
A lot of second generation booths and everything. But what a reunion. And just the knowledge there. You want to come and talk to these people, see the variety, hear the stories. It's a great time, but it's a show I highly recommend, not just because we started it, but because if you're a history buff and have any interest in music or recording, and especially any of you out there who have a job that is music related. I mean, if you're a singing star or a recording person or anybody related to this industry at all, these items are really great collectibles.
Started it all.
And exactly, but not only that, they are priced so right. You can get into collecting phonographs as little as $50. I guarantee you can get a hand crank phonograph that actually plays an old 78s for as little as $50, and they go up from there. What a great entry level hobby.
Good to know.
So
Good to
there
know.
you have
Thanks.
it. Schaumburg, don't miss it. So Susan, can you believe what's gone on here in one day?
I saw it. I was here. Yes.
One day.
The magic has occurred at Downley Auctions.
This was set up so totally different. Day, week after our auction, everything was ready to be shipped and moved and everything, and we had to get the come over here, Michelle.
Michelle and her team perform miracles. But how about what Ted said when Ted walked in and he was shocked? He goes, "I was just here yesterday. Look at this place. It is completely transformed." And that is all because of this young lady.
Right. Here's the person that creates magic around this place.
Yay.
If you've seen the room yesterday, it was just full of arcade, jukeboxes, slot machines, everything else. Today, we happen to have a gun auction in here, thanks to Michelle and her team.
Crew. Yeah.
All of her army of people here that make this happen. But Michelle, what was your greatest challenge to make this all happen so fast? How do you get this done in a day?
We had to find space for all of the items that have not been picked up yet from last auction. And then we continuously get new items in. So we've got to still flow them through photography and through describers, and then find a place to kind of hang on to them until we're ready to pull them right back out after this auction.
So would you say we need more space around here?
Yes.
And the auction continues to grow. We need more space. And to that point, we are going to be moving into one of the big buildings over at Wild West Town sometime this year. Of course, you've heard that for the last year, haven't you?
We're working on it.
Little by little.
Working on it, yeah.
Good.
But thanks for all your hard work and everybody that you
I've got a good team of muscle behind me.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so for now,
I'm Michelle.
I'm Susan.
And I'm Randy Donnelly. And we'll see you at the auction.